This is Mr. Wright. Today we're going to go over how to do a composition of transformations. So that means that you're going to be doing multiple transformations to the same set of points. So this special notation, typically we do this with like functions, but today we're going to use this notation with transformations. So this is like a composition of a transformation. So I'm doing a reflection over the y-axis of like a translation. So pretty much the rule, or like how you do this when it's written like this, is that you always start with the second transformation and you apply that rule first, and then you do the first transformation after you do the second one. So we have to start with the second one. So the second one is a translation, and those numbers mean I add 4 to the x and I subtract 2 from the y. So I apply that rule to all 3 points. So add 4 to the x coordinate, that'll be 2. Subtract 2 from the y coordinate, that'll be negative 2. Add 4, that'll be negative 4. Subtract 2 will be negative 8. Add 4 would be 2. Subtract 2 is negative 8. Okay, and now I'm going to do the first rule, which is a reflection across the y-axis. So that xy rule, that algebraic rule, is the opposite of x, then y. So you don't go back to the original points. You have to use your transformed points and apply that new rule to those points. So it's almost like you're just like starting over. You're just applying that rule to those points. So it's just the opposite of x, so the opposite of 2. And then you write the y coordinate. The opposite of the x coordinate, which would be positive 4, and then the y coordinate. The opposite of the x coordinate is negative 2, and then the y coordinate. So that would be your final answer. So your main thing you have to know when it's written like this is that you do the second one first. So you come up with your new points, and then you apply that first rule to those new points to get your answer. Let's just look at one more example. So again, I'm going to do the second transformation first, which is a rotation of 270 degrees. That xy rule is y, then the opposite of x. So I'm going to apply that rule to all 3 points. For negative 1, negative 2, negative 1, negative 2, negative 7. Okay, and now we do the first rule, which is a reflection across the line y equals x. So I apply that transformation to my 3 new points. That xy rule is y comma x. So again, I just kind of think of this as like a new problem. Okay, I'm just applying this rule to those 3 points. So it's just like a brand new problem, almost like you're starting over. So this rule tells me I need to switch the y coordinate and the x coordinate. So I just switch those 2 numbers, negative 1, 4, negative 1, negative 2, negative 7, negative 2. So each one I just switch the x and the y. And again, you don't go back to the original points. You use those new points in the middle. You apply that second rule to those points in the middle. That's how you do a composition of transformations.